I think the last thing we have is our new segment that we drop in.
New segment. Where'd you find this?
Girl.
Welcome to the Hottest Wellness Podcast. I've got time with Cherry and ShaKayla.
Here we discuss personal growth, relationships, and healing to become aligned with the best version of ourselves. Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
How you doing?
I'm alright. Making my way through some feels.
Feeling.
How you doing?
I feel pressure, you know.
Pressure?
Yeah. I feel like, it's self-imposed. So I just need to have compassion for myself and relax.
Why do you feel pressure? Is it like pressure to do things?
Well, there's the laundry list of things that I would like to accomplish. There's the laundry list of things that I'm currently working on.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the things that I actually have the capacity to do. And so, yeah. And apparently I'm hungry. Yeah. Well, welcome to part 2. Right? Where we left off was talking about survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to move into talking about reparenting your inner child.
Reparent that child.
How do you feel about your relationship with your inner child? Do you think about it, or is it just like something people say to you?
Sometimes I'm not sure what it means. Like, is it repairing damaged things inside of you that were damaged when you were a child? Is it just doing things that you always wanted to do? Mm-hmm. Is it just living your life?
A quarter mile at a time.
A quarter mile at a time.
I think it's all those things. I think your relationship with your inner child is similar to the relationship that you have with your higher self, if you believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's information that we can receive from our higher self. There's information we can receive from our inner child. I feel like that helps us right now in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And although a lot of inner child has to do with healing, it's also just about taking up space that you couldn't before as a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Being a kid is hard. Like, they got it easy as far as, like, we didn't have to pay bills, but it's like you constantly being told what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you learn is because somebody else saying that you should learn it. It's not based off of, like, your own volition or anything, for the most part.
Yeah.
And kids be helpless a lot of the times. They have to wait for an adult to advocate for them or something. So just imagine how that has impacted us as we continue to grow up in our heart we feel unsafe. Yeah. It's something.
Yeah.
I think the main thing as far as reparenting your inner child is having compassion for yourself. Not being harsh on yourself for not knowing what you didn't know when you didn't know it. Like, I always be looking back and I'll be like, I wish I would have knew this, or if I would have knew then what I knew now. But it's like, at that moment, I wouldn't have been able to even receive it for real. Sometimes you have to go through an experience to learn the lesson. Sometimes, is there any way specifically that you feel like your inner child needs to be reparented or healed? Like, is there stuff you can recognize within yourself and you like, this happened in my childhood and it still affected me?
Feeling like what I have to say really matters. That it really means something. That it's important and not crazy or stupid.
I think the biggest thing that impacts me now that started in my childhood is my abandonment issues. I feel like a lot of my mental health issues or maybe issues that I have in my relationships stem from me being abandoned as a child or feeling like I needed somebody to be there for me and they wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like I can't trust when somebody's there for me. It's like I have to
test this out.
Yeah. And then there's that part of you or the part of me that's like, I'm not good enough for this. Or I just don't believe that it's possible for me. And then I start sabotaging myself. And that could be in love, that could be in career. It's just, I feel like it really does do something to me.
Yeah. Not feeling important is one thing too. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I definitely try and parent Max and Eva the way that maybe I would have wanted to be parented.
Mm-hmm.
Or just, I guess, more specific to them and their personalities, their needs. I feel like that's more important because we all different people.
Mm-hmm.
I try and just give them what I never had as a kid. And I also reflect that energy back to myself. Like, okay, it's okay for my kids to have this. It's okay for me to have this too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the more I normalize their behaviors, the more I feel safe doing my own. Yeah. Do you feel like there's any steps that you've taken, I guess, like reparenting your inner child that specifically helped you, or yeah, this is what had to be done?
I think I went about it the wrong way. I chose not needing anyone. Not needing anyone. Not needing anyone's opinion, anybody's help for anything. So that way I didn't have to consider any of my actual issues.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to think about being important to anybody because I was just taking care of myself.
Yeah, like being hyper independent.
Yeah.
And that's definitely a slippery slope because one or two things will happen. You're either going to end up alone with no friends and no people, no close relationships. And then you're going to want to be one of those people that be like, I don't really have any friends. And you know how I feel about that. I feel like we need friends. We need relationships to reflect on so we can grow. Because otherwise, it's like you go to Thanksgiving dinner and you getting triggered. But all year long, you ain't really fucked with your family. You ain't really talked to them. And you feel like you was at peace. You was good. You're like, I'm so healed. I'm so healed. And then you get back into that same environment and you realize, no, you're not healed.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not doing yourself like any benefit by avoiding the connection. Because it's still there whether you engage in it or not.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Been there.
Yeah. I have the most difficult time with like validating my own feelings. I feel like when I was a child, I looked for like other people to tell me like this is okay, or like I'm being a good kid, or just that I can do what I want to do and not necessarily need permission. Yeah.
Live your life because you're free. To do what you want to do.
Ultimately, I feel like we have to be forgiving towards ourselves. We have to acknowledge, our pain. We have to really just practice self-awareness and constantly be like, well, not constantly, but regularly, I'll say, revisit where you are in your journey and what you feel like is still impacting you the most at this moment, and kind of just prioritize stuff that way. Because it's super overwhelming when you're just like, okay, I need to heal from all this stuff, and then you try and do all this stuff, and then next thing you know, you're like exhausted.
Yeah.
So that's not healthy. But I practice a lot of gratitude. And I try not to have guilt and shame for things, even though that be eating me up. Like, I wish I would have not made that mistake, or if I would have did something different, then, you know.
Yeah. I don't really know what I do specifically. I just try. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like ultimately it's just supposed to lead us into a space where we are comfortable and safe healing, and then that's where we can begin to, regulate our nervous system. Like, okay, I feel safe in my body. I feel safe in my mind. I feel safe in my emotions. And now I can take a deep breath and ask myself, what do I need?
Yeah. As I keep thinking about it, I think I'm still in that same place of just not needing anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sad. I feel like in certain relationships I can be that way, because to me it's like I'm rebelling against whatever that relationship is. Like, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but for the most part, I know I need people because I don't know how I would have got through certain circumstances without those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you do specifically to regulate your nervous system? Like, now that we've been talking about it and thinking about it, and we're like, okay, well, this is what it's like for your nervous system to be dysregulated. But, like, how do you get yourself back into a regulated space where you're, I guess, at peace? And, I mean, how really do you explain the feeling of being regulated? Like, grounded?
I think being grounded, being calm. Like, not just visibly calm, but just, you're not panicking in your brain about anything. So.
I'm trying to see what that'd be like.
Working out. Making music. Eating.
Love to eat.
Eating works every time. You in a bad mood? Eat something.
That's not good advice, because that can turn into an unhealthy addiction or coping mechanisms where that's how people be eating their feelings. It's like, is that sadness I smell? I'm going to get a tub of Ben & Jerry's.
Not ice cream. Don't go to dairy. That's only going to do your body worse.
It's the sweet treats that really be getting me off.
I can't do it.
I'm literally that meme. If that meme was, I need something sweet to eat after you finish eating, that's literally me.
That's my dad for sure.
They be good. Sweet treats be good.
He loves, let's get some ice cream.
Literally me.
Shout out to Dad.
Well, they say that the best thing you can do to regulate your nervous system first is to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. I don't really know anybody that gets that much sleep. My sleep habits are terrible, and I feel bad because I know they rub off on Cherry, but I'll be up the whole night. I was up last night for a good amount of time. The night before that, I didn't go to bed till 7 in the morning. It was ridiculous, actually.
You gotta get that together. It would be different if you were like sleeping through the day,
but I don't.
You just be up.
Yeah, I'll just be running off of nothing. It's definitely the anxiety for me. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to go to bed, it's quiet. It's just me and my brain talking right now, and I can't stop overthinking. I can't stop worrying, being stressed. And then I just want to do things that's going to help me avoid those feelings, like play a game, or work.
Why doesn't sleep come to mind? When you sleep, you literally aren't. You ain't doing nothing.
Right, but you gotta fall asleep to be sleep. I mean, you have to relax enough to be sleep. I had seen this video recently, and this girl was saying like different ways that you know that your nervous system isn't regulating when you're sleeping, and like obviously like interrupted sleep, or if you talking in your sleep, if you walk in your sleep, if you have a lot of sweats in your sleep, and the more and more she kept listing off, I was like, God damn.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. I can see it. Because definitely, I can tell that I'm becoming more anxious with the way that I wake up now. It's like, everything okay at home?
Shoot.
Yeah.
Taking time to notice your breath. Breath work is so important. I say that all the time, but like, you ever realize how many times a day you realize I'm breathing, but all day you don't be thinking about it at all until you intentionally have to be like, and it's like, oh my goodness, I haven't actually had a deep breath all day. Like, I forgot what the statistic is, but it's like something like 30%. Like, we're only breathing 30% of our breath capacity regularly all day.
I believe that.
Because, like, in order to really breathe, you literally have to fill up your entire lungs. Like,
yeah.
Like, we don't do that. You do it when you trying to do it, like during meditation or something, but, or just when you think about it, that do regulate yourself. When you like getting frustrated, you start to take a deep breath. You're like, oh.
It brings you down.
Yeah. Like you said, exercising, but really anything that's movement. I remember when I was like kind of going through something and I didn't really know what to do or who to turn to, and I started taking dance classes. I was doing the heels classes, which is so fun, by the way. But it really was something that allowed me to connect to my body, but like movement helps you to release stagnant energy as well. So that's why somebody like you just feels so good going to the gym and like, you know, getting that off. It's almost similar as talking to a therapist or something. It's like, but what do you need? You know?
What do you need?
Shout out to Jaquavius Bieber. And then the last thing is co-regulation, which I think I talked about before, but I don't remember. Co-regulation is basically when you are synced up with another person. It's like the healthy spectrum of codependency. So y'all relying on each other to ground yourself or be in a positive space, but y'all have to like have certain, what do I want to call it, like there has to be a certain level of intimacy between your relationship for that to work, for it to happen. So there's 3 things we need. We need safety, and they say neuroception, so that means like on a neurological level, way deep down inside, you have to feel safe, which sometimes we be thinking we safe, but in the back of our mind, we don't really think we safe. We be anxious about shit, so you can't really think you're safe.
Yeah.
Then there's resonance, and this is like when we match our vibrations. I feel like this is the easiest way to explain it. Is sometimes me and Cherry like hear each other's thoughts, or we thinking the same thing, or like I often know what Cherry's about to say before she say it. Like I literally hear the thought in my brain and then she say it out loud. Or lately we've been doing this thing where I'll be like, I've been thinking about this all day, and you'd be like, I've been thinking about that too.
Yeah.
And it's like we're literally on the same vibration, and that's like how we're feeling that. I was talking to my friend the other day about going up to concerts, and like when you go to something like that, a concert, or even when people are like in church and it's a large group, you start to feel that collective consciousness, and it's like pretty much the same thing where all of y'all energy is syncing up to be on this one vibration. But it's super important to realize, as much as being on the level of people that have a positive vibration and that's influencing you to be more positive, imagining when you have an environment that's a low vibrational place.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
It's gonna bring you right on down, honey. That's why people be like, don't want to tell everything that's going on with them, or like, you know, they don't want people to add to it. Like we were looking for houses, and I was like telling my kids' grandma, like, this is the house we want. We know what we want. We know the amount that we want it, and we're not stepping lower than that. And a lot of people, they'll try and convince you, like, just think about your finances, and you never know with money. And it's like, just because you limit yourself doesn't mean I'm gonna limit myself. And you have to stay the fuck away from people like that, or at least limit yourself from sharing certain information that's gonna like deter you, or you know, bring your confidence down. Like, that's why I just do shit. Whatever I want to do, whatever I'm thinking about doing, whether it's like in our relationship or like professionally, I don't take a lot of advice from people. I think about it. I think about the pros and cons, how passionate I am about it, how the longevity could be in the thing, and then I just do it. And sometimes I don't even do all that. I just do what feels right at the time. But if you are always like waiting for other people to validate you, more than times out of 10, you're just gonna get discouraged and then not do it.
Yeah, I think I'm learning to adopt that. On a more personal side, not really well, kind of career, but not really. I don't know, cause this counts. I just did this. I guess it depends.
I think it depends on your perspective at that moment.
Yeah.
Like, if your point of view is that everything is working together for a reason, everything's happening for a reason, then you're not really, I guess, sweating the small stuff, because you know ultimately you're going to get where you're going to get. But then if you're like thinking that every little thing that you does matter, like, oh, this tiny decision, this tiny choice, every little thing, if I don't do it right, then I'm never going to get where I want to be. And it's like, you can get where you want to be because there's so many different avenues to get there. Maybe being more open to how you can get to that place will get you a lot more successful than trying to go down a straight path. Like, yeah.
Facts be.
The last thing that it requires for us to be to co-regulate with others is mirroring. And I used to say that all the time, because sometimes people be like thinking, oh, I'm having an issue with this person, or this person is doing something to me, but then y'all actually be doing the same shit, and it's because y'all mirroring each other energy. Y'all actually on a vibrational match. So just as much you think they're being petty, you're also being just as petty. Like, I had to realize that. And I realized it in a lot of relationships. It's like my closest that I guess interact with the most, like Eva. Sometimes I get so frustrated with her, and I'm like, she just don't want to listen. She just want to do whatever she want to do. She want to raise her voice at me, but like, she thinks the same way about me. And so I had to like think about it and intentionally shift my vibration so she would meet me there. Or like one time I was having a disagreement with somebody, and it was more like an argument, and they was getting all loud and crazy with me, but then I started like talking more calmly, and then they started talking more calmly because they realized, you look dumb as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can literally manipulate the energy in a situation because y'all co-regulated in a sense. Yeah. And that can cause us to like subconsciously repeat each other's behaviors and stuff. So whether that is like, you know how you've been hanging out with somebody a long time, and then you start sounding like them, you start talking like them. People be like, you're starting to look like them. They even say that about people, animals. Like, you kind of look like your dog.
Don't ever say that to me. I'm gonna punch you in your face. Cause what do you mean?
I mean, sometimes it be true though, but like not in a dog sense. It just be like something about you and your dog. Okay.
Don't say that. Why would you say that to somebody?
I mean, I've never said it to somebody.
Not you, but I'm saying like, y'all don't think about shit like that before you say it. Why would you say you look like your dog? You and your dog look alike. Why would you say that to somebody?
Yeah, it's kind of rude.
That's crazy. It's like literally just walking up to somebody and saying, I want you to punch me in my face.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's more like on the level of saying hard ER, but
that's asking somebody to redact it.
Okay, well, I guess we can just get into some methods of how you can regulate your nervous system. Now, I feel like these are just random things that we're naming, but once again, you have to ask yourself, what do you need? We all different. We all have different needs. We all need different things in different moments. Like, when I'm sad, I might need a little bit of a distraction or like a sweet treat to pick me up, but maybe a little shopping, you know what I'm saying? But it just depends on what it is. Of course, like on the healthy spectrum, we're looking at like yoga, Reiki healing, getting a massage, spending time in nature. It's like, yeah, all that stuff is so good for you. Aromatherapy. Yeah, exactly. But then there's certain things that I feel like, to me, that would never regulate my nervous system. A lot of people are doing now that cold plunging, or they do like those ice baths and shit. Some of them just rub ice all over their face until they calm down, and it's like, that would never calm me down.
Well, how do you know?
I guess you don't know, but I just feel like I wouldn't even step into a cold shower. That would just be like, you know? Have you ever heard of somatic healing?
I heard about it, but I don't know what it is.
It's different things, but I feel like it's like you physically are shifting your vibration. So a lot of people do tapping, and it's kind of brings like an awareness to your body and where you are feeling in your body. Like when you in tune with your body, you could say, oh, I know I have a headache. Oh, I know I have a stomach ache, or whatever the ailment might be, you know, like where it's coming from versus I just don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, a lot of people do that. I do tapping sometimes when I'm doing like yoga. I'll do tapping, but I haven't like quite figured it out all the way either, because I feel like I'm doing something wrong or silly.
Just banging on your chest like King Kong.
In my head, I was hearing Georgia the Jungle.
Shout out Georgia the Jungle. What is that guy doing now? You remember the guy that was?
He was in a bunch of stuff, but I don't know what he doing now.
He was like on a streak back in the day.
Yeah, he was.
Shout out to him, as long as he's not problematic.
Yeah, as long as, because you never know. It's 2023, honey. Have you ever heard of EMDR?
Yes.
Have you ever done it?
I've tried to do it on myself, and I think it kind of worked. This might sound crazy. I tried doing it brushing my teeth. Because, you know, like when you're brushing your tongue and you like automatically start gagging. I started doing it and looking in a different direction or holding my head a different way. And it works.
Okay.
You're like, gag less or don't gag at all.
I feel like this reminds me of something else that's inappropriate to talk about on the podcast, so I'll talk about it offline.
Tried it there too. It works.
I heard people say that, but I don't think I never tried it, or I can't remember. It's been so long, you know. I've done EMDR once, and it was not a good experience for me. First of all, this was the first time I ever was like actually in therapy, and I had just got diagnosed with PTSD, and my therapist was like, you know, it's a lot of trauma that you're holding on to. Let's create this safety box, and everything that you're feeling you could put in this safety box, and then you just let out one thing at a time of what it is that you want to work on. And that sounds good, but then once all of that stuff is brought to the surface, how can you, I can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to focus on this one issue and everything else doesn't exist. And that was extremely overwhelming for me. And then we was doing EMDR, and we were doing like a little bit, I don't want to say shock therapy, because I feel like that's not true, but it was like something with noise too. And yeah, it was too much. It was overstimulating, and I just felt worse after. For years, I didn't go to therapy because I just felt like I can't handle even thinking about half of this shit.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot to... I feel like you gotta work your way into that.
Yeah.
You can't just...
You gotta get that shit. I was telling one of my friends that, and they was like, yeah, that was really irresponsible, that therapist, because they have to like keep working with you, and then they see if like you're on edge about anything, they should like say, no, we're not gonna do it. But I don't know what was going on with that dude. Maybe he just was like gung-ho to try it. You know how people, they just like want to try new shit in their practice.
Call him out. License revoked.
License revoked. For real though.
Be re-traumatizing people.
Yeah. And then there's like basic stuff that I feel like everybody knows, like laughing. People always say laughter's the best medicine. It's like laughter is good because when you're not taking things too seriously, you're not really manifesting on a high or a low vibration. You just, oh my God, that's so funny, haha, you know?
Yeah. I love a good laugh.
Love a good laugh. It's good, and it's nice to make people laugh because it feels good when you have a reaction that people feel like you're funny.
Yeah.
Having a good amount of vitamins. So that means, I guess, like either testing regularly if you have the right amount, or just taking daily vitamins. The ones they recommend the most is omega-3, magnesium, and L-theanine. And they all different doses. I've heard about the L-theanine because people had recommended that for me for Crohn's, but I couldn't tell you what it means. I don't know. I hate taking vitamins. I'm already taking enough pills. Like, I don't like it.
I mean, the good thing is, I feel like for the most part, you can find vitamins and they're really small. So it's like kind of less of a thing.
Yeah. Give me some elderberry or something. I don't know.
You need more than that.
No, for real though, because my best friend constantly be like, are you taking vitamin D? Are you taking B12? Like, girl, sometimes I buy it and never use it. It's like, yeah, it's be a waste of time and money.
I've taken like 2 vitamin D pills. I've had them for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 weeks. I don't even know what I got them.
Remember when we was doing those, I feel like it was called Black something. Was it? I know one time I was taking some marshmallow root.
Black seed.
Yeah. It's different stuff you could take, but the thing is that we just be putting vitamins in our body and we don't even know like what do we need or where our levels is at. And you can actually make yourself sick just like trying to diagnose yourself with what you think you need. Like, girl,
break your face out because you don't need it. Yeah.
Man, this happened to me countless times. Or like I was taking too much of it. Like, and when anytime I take a prenatal or even like a hair and vitamin supplement, it's like I can only take them like twice a week because my body's like, girl, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah. That happened to me when I was taking like the, I guess, everyday vitamins where they give you all the shit at one time. Yeah. That made me stop taking vitamins. Because it was just, I didn't need it.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
What's the next thing? Fasting your addictions. Or just fasting in general. Do you fast?
Not intentionally, no.
Okay. I fast intentionally and unintentionally, and for spiritual reasons, but also for physical health reasons. I'm trying to think who this was that was on the episode of Good Moms Bad Choices one time, and he was saying like him and his wife, they don't eat until 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I was like, I mean, that's kind of like what I do anyways too. But it's like sometimes we eat so much and we don't give our body a break to even like digest our food. We digest one thing and then the next thing's already getting put in there. It's like too much, honestly. And that's why you're not supposed to eat at night. And when you eat in the morning, it's called breakfast because you're breaking your fast. Like, that's the longest time of the day that you don't eat nothing is during your sleeping hours.
I mean... So I'm fasting in my sleep.
Exactly. But that's it.
I mean, I've done it on purpose, in correlation with me working out and what I was trying to do, but I've done it for spiritual purposes, but it's not really for me. I feel like I can connect in other ways.
Yeah. I feel like for me, fasting really brings me clarity. Because otherwise, at any given time, I'm having all these different hormones and impurities from whatever we're eating or drinking. And when I fast, it gives my body a chance to reset. Like, especially having Crohn's, I be needing that. I'm tired too. I feel like I'm taking long blinks. Like, and the last one, I feel like, which is the most helpful, and I say this all the time in our YouTube comments when people come in trying to act like they smart or they got their degree and everything. And that's go read a fucking book.
Yeah.
You can say all you want, even like listening to what we're saying and the resources that we're offering. The best thing you can do is go find out for yourself. And not be sure not to pass off any misinformation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's super dangerous. Every time people just do that and then they say like, oh, this. And then next thing you know, everybody think that. Like, remember coconut oil? Everybody thought coconut oil was the best. It was the best for your hair. It was the best for your skin. And coconut oil is an oil. It's literally nothing more than a sealant. You still need to moisturize your body. You still need to moisturize your hair. Coconut oil ain't doing everything you thought it was doing. I don't know what happened. They must have had a whole bunch of coconut oil. They was like, we got to get this shit on the shelves.
They was making that shit.
It was crazy.
Ain't no way it just came out of nowhere. Now everybody got coconut oil and they...
A lot of this should be synthetic. Like even sunflower oil, canola oil. None of that shit is a real oil. It's not something that's coming from like a fruit, like a grapeseed oil or avocado oil or olive oil. The rest of that shit is literally fabricated and you're putting that in your body every single day. It's not good. Yeah. So absolutely. Read a fucking book.
And stop putting coconut oil in everything. Because people like me are allergic to it. And then you're just ruining my life for no reason.
Yeah, and it's like everything vegan is either coconut or...
almond. Hate it.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Especially with the ice cream options. It's like very limited. Yeah. I feel like that's it. I low-key want to bring up what that lady put in our comments the other day. I don't want to be petty, but at the same time I do. Okay, so last week on the episode we were talking about we had brought up like body hair because Madonna's daughter was like exposing her body hair and everybody was on the internet talking about how gross it was and stuff, and it's just like obviously people who are uneducated because your body hair serves a purpose or else we wouldn't have any. Like if you truly believe that God made us the way exactly we were supposed to be born, should we really be shaving and waxing and doing all that carrying on?
Nah.
Like, probably not. And she was like, I'm sorry, but no. This is gross. I feel like men could stand more to not shave less. And having hairy hair holds odors. And she was saying all this dumbass shit that it sounded like she heard it off of a deodorant commercial. And I literally had to tell her, like, girl, go read a book. Like, first of all, what's the difference between the hair on your head, the hair on your underarms, and the hair on your legs? If I don't shave my legs, am I going to be like, what is that smell? It's fucking not the hair, bitch. It's your pores. There's odors coming out of your pores, and that has more to do with our diets than anything.
Yeah.
So if you walking around extra stanky, you probably need to eat something the fuck else. Like,
yeah.
She was
sorry
pissing me
to
off
that
with
lady.
That. Girl, I gave her a long response.
I hope he ended it with, go contact your doctor if you're smelling things.
I might go up and edit it. You want to get into mental health matters?
Mental health matters. Yeah. It's the remix.
It's the remix, y'all. I miss real remixes. Nowadays, remixes just like they just add a guest verse in. But back in the day, remixes, they used to change the whole song.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
It was a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. This week during Mental Health Matters, I kind of want to bring up astrology. And you guys know I'm like an astro queen. I could really actually talk about astrology or numerology or zodiac signs. I could talk about it all day. I have like a plethora of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about Mercury retrograde. We're in Mercury retrograde right now. And everybody's like always tripping when Mercury retrograde come. They're like, oh, it's Mercury retrograde.
Mm-hmm.
The technology's messing up. I'm having a hard time communicating. It's like all of that stuff is true because Mercury rules communication.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're in a retrograde, it's like for the energies to turn opposite. So like it might seem like you're having more difficulty communicating, but maybe that's because you need to think a little bit more before you speak. Maybe you need to plan a little bit better before you just jump in and do something. Like we have to take advantage of the energy instead of thinking that it's a negative thing. Like I stopped thinking Mercury retrograde was negative a long time ago because I feel like I be needing that break from whatever it is, like of constantly going full force in whatever capacity. Like okay, I can relax from that. Like I might normally have too much to say, and maybe right now I just need to listen or observe.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what it's really about. But right now we're in Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Until the 24th of December. And Capricorn, we all know that's like a sign of like hard working. They're very serious people. They're about their bag. And they need a certain order in life because they're earth signs. You know what I'm saying? And so, first of all, you have to look at where's Capricorn in your chart. What house Capricorn is in and what signs you have in that house. And then you have to think about, okay, when it comes to working hard, what could I be doing on the opposite energy of that's going to propel me forward during this time? Like, for me, I was thinking that this energy is kind of all about reflecting on who it is that you want to be. Like, instead of being it or trying to be it, maybe take more time to think about who you want to be, why you want to be that, and what do you have to do to get to that version of yourself. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll be, after the 24th, we'll be in Sagittarius until the 1st, which to me is like so iconic because it's like everything's going to go back to regular on the 1st of the year. It's like, okay, reset, I feel it.
I need a good reset.
You ever think about that, who you are in the future?
I think about who I would like to be. Yeah. I do my best to try and take the steps to be that. It's hard though.
Yeah, it's way easier said than done.
Yeah. Because it's like, it would low-key be a lot that I would have to do. A lot of it has to do with freeing myself. And that's really challenging.
Go ahead and free yourself. I feel like, remember the other day we was talking and you were thinking about canceling your gym membership, or should you invest in at-home workout equipment? And I was like, well, what is like future Cherry doing? Is she a workout at home girl, or is she a I need to be at the gym working out girl? And I feel like after thinking about that, then you were able to be like, easily, I'm gonna keep buying gym equipment because I want a home gym. And so, like, instead of, I don't know, putting so much time and energy and like exhausting yourself thinking, what do I do next? What do I do next? It's like, okay, me in the future, what kind of shit am I on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's more what I think about when I say, like, you know, who am I in the future? It's like, I'm somebody that works really hard, but I'm also somebody that loves what they do, so it's never really work. I feel like me in the future is somebody that is more positive. Me in the future loves myself a lot more. And I feel like me in the future is just a lot more healthy, a lot more safe. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I'm a badass in the future.
Love that.
I'm confident. I love myself. I look great. I'm less anxious. Yeah. I'll leave it there. I'm hot.
Period. That's hot. We was in the store yesterday, and all I kept seeing was fake Juicy sweat jumpsuits, and I was like, they really are trying to be like early 2000s nostalgia.
Bringing it back.
Okay, I'm a big fan of 70s. That's my favorite like time period to dress up as.
Mm-hmm.
If most of my clothes, if you just looked at me and put a little grainy filter on it, it might look like I'm just in the 70s. So I get it. I get the nostalgia of it. But it just feels like it wasn't that long ago. Like, okay.
The 2000s?
Yeah, like when low riders was in. Now high waist is like more in than low riders because for whatever reason.
Because everybody's covering up their belly button.
Yeah, everybody was doing that.
Yeah. I get it. I did it too.
Yeah. And I was like, cool to where you're throwing outside your panties.
Yeah.
Again.
That was a vibe. I always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But like in that grunge type of way, like have on the big black goth pants with the shit all over them. Yeah. And then bam, thong.
That's kind of like what I wore to the Renaissance concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had like on baggy pants, but my thong was showing.
It's a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. It was cute because it was like a double. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get into the breaks?
Let's do it.
Is there anything that came out this week that you were like, oh, we're waiting on this?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
Music has been not great this year.
Really?
Like, there were some drops that got me going, but especially as of late, it's just like, what are we doing here? What's everybody doing? Y'all wait until January 1st?
I feel like a lot of people are just putting out singles because they looking for that next TikTok hit. Like, nobody is, like Beyonce said, making albums anymore. And that sucks.
I feel like that says more about your fans, whether or not you have fans or a strong fan base. Because artists that have dedicated fans, they dropping albums. They dropping projects. Like, if you just chasing singles, you don't have fans probably.
And then how much money are you really getting off of that? Like, I'm going to pass on a single.
Yeah, especially if you just streaming too. Like, you're not even making money off of this. Just make an album.
Thanks.
It's crazy.
Well, I have a few things this week. You sent me a song. It was Young and May. It's called Open Scars. And I'll be honest, it's a trigger warning type of song. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's really getting some stuff off her chest and everything. But I was fucking with it because I feel like she too is one of those people that hide behind a mask, like of this tough persona, like I'll steal your bitch type of energy. And really, she's a soft woman. Yeah, I mean, when you listen to her music,
I don't really see her like that.
I mean, I listen to her music for real, so.
Oh.
But she be talking about like, I mean, everybody talks about like cars and clothes and chains and stuff, but it's like, who are you though? You know what I'm saying? Without all of those things, who are you? And I feel like this gave us just the insight of not only like who she is, but the things that she's been dealing with, you know? And to me, it was deep and I liked it. I like seeing a different side of her. Yeah.
Shout out. I didn't really listen to it. I peeped what type of vibe it was on and I just sent it to you. You know, I'm not trying to hear all that
you really don't,
sad shit. Like, come to me when you're ready to talk, but don't put it in a song.
Damn. I feel like the best songs be sad songs, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah. It'd be some really good sad songs, but
I feel like the best, I don't even know if you can call it a genre because it's really not, but because it spans across genre, but like breakup songs to me are like the best songs ever.
they are good.
Yeah.
But I can't get in that vibration because it'll fuck me up.
I feel you.
I'll be like, "Are you texting, bitches?"
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. Then Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign dropped Vultures on the 15th. I haven't had a good listen to it, but I think that the album is fire from what I have heard. First of all, Ty Dolla $ign is a producing mastermind, such a good writer. I didn't know I needed this collab, but I'm really fucking with it.
Yeah. I mean, the whole album hasn't dropped yet. It drops
It dropped on the 15th.
the song.
Oh, just the song Vultures. Oh.
The album drops on the 31st.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
I think it's going to drop.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, they already got the track list up there, so.
Everybody was talking about, because Kanye did like some listening parties over the past couple of weeks, and one of them he brought Northwest out. And apparently she has a song. It's called Bless Me. And I don't listen to children's music. I don't want to follow kids on social media. I feel like it's weird as hell. I think kids' music should be for kids. And even though that song technically wasn't grown, I just didn't understand her performing it in front of an adult audience. Like,
well, I think it was more of that's what she was into, so they just let her do it. I was entertained by the flow. I can't tell if she wrote it or if Kanye wrote it.
I think she wrote it because it's giving Kids Bop nursery rhymes.
I mean,
it's very simple. I don't think Kanye wrote that.
I'm not going to say anything else.
But I will say, you have to start somewhere. And usually a lot of people, they start writing when they're kids. And who knows? North might be 16 and she'll be dropping, hits.
That hot fire.
Yeah. So, shout out.
I enjoyed what I heard, though.
Yeah.
I can't lie. She got me.
She got you. Somebody said Adonis better watch out.
So,
girl.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to listen to anything Adonis drops.
They could stop with that, okay?
Yeah.
They be trying to put his quarter black son in a do-rag and some braids. Like, hey, stop.
It's kind of sad watching Drake sometimes. Like, you really...
I don't understand. If you wanted a black kid, why would you get somebody pregnant that's not black?
That's a whole different conversation. But I don't want to say he wants to be black because I feel like that takes away from whatever black he is. It's more like you don't feel black enough. And it's kind of sad to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I can relate to that because my kids is half black and half Mexican. And I be wanting them to be more black. And not like black as a monolith. I just want them to share more in my culture. Like, maybe understand some of the slang I be saying. I have to explain a lot of my regular verbiage to them. Even though I've been saying it around them since they was kids. But I'm really the only person around them talking like that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make me feel good because I want to just be like, these is my black kids. But they're not.
Yeah.
And they're not growing up in a predominantly black environment, which is even worse. So, I mean, I can relate to that, but I'm definitely not just doing the most. You know what I'm saying? 111. Ooh.
Yeah.
So, the last two songs we got, I'm really feeling both of them. They're giving the vibes. I don't know what playlist I want to put them on yet, but I know that they're making it to a playlist.
Okay.
The first one is Say Too Much by Callie featuring Young Nudie. Y'all know I love Callie. And she is sampling You Ain't Gotta Tell Me Too Much When You Look in Your Eyes I Can Tell You One.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta call me your boo, just as bad as you wanna. I wanna. Yeah. And it's good. I like her. I like the way she raps. She looks amazing in the video. Something I really like about her is that she's a locked queen. She don't be trying to cover her shit up with wigs and stuff for real. She just really be doing her thing since she came out, just being her, and I fuck with her for that.
Yeah.
And then we got your boy, Lil Tyler. Am I saying his name right? Lil?
Yes.
Okay. And Lotto with
I forgot about that.
The Brunch.
And if you don't know, I'm a Lil Tyler fan. And I kind of stand Lotto. So, they got me.
I have never listened to a Lil Tyler song. I'm pretty sure I've heard Lil Tyler songs because Cherry plays him. But, you know, I don't be listening to it. But this song really had me turned up. All I need is a good, exciting video. If the visuals is giving it to me, it's giving it to me. Lotto has been looking so good. I don't know if because she's going to the Tiana Taylor School of Performance right now, but she been looking so good. Her style been on point. Her verses is killing. I love how they go back and forth on the verses. Like, it doesn't feel like it's Lil Tyler song or Lotto song. And I was fucking with it, honestly. Like, I'm gonna listen to that a lot. I liked it.
Yeah. I appreciated that song. Yeah.
When she say they don't know if they want me or Brooke because we both fine, I was like, yes. I just love too how she always got her sister with her. Like, to me, that's so me. Like, the more famous I get, I'm always gonna just have my day ones with me, period. It's like certain people you be knowing who is their background people in their life. Like, say Keith Leaf. Everybody know, like, who is his sister, who is his wife. You just know that that's who they rolling with. Like, certain celebrities, you see them and you know, like, oh, that's their cousin or whatever. Yeah. She always got her sister with her, and I love that.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I guess we can get into my favorite game. Song Association.
Yeah.
We're switching it up. This week we are doing the best of Beyonce.
Yeah.
Last week, I randomly asked Cherry, let's do what is our number one song on every last one Beyonce album. And then I realized, oh my God, it is the 1 year anniversary of Renaissance. The 20th year anniversary of Beyonce being a solo artist. And the 10-year reunion of Beyonce, the self-entitled album being dropped. Which we know that album was so huge because she dropped all her music videos at one time.
It dropped out of nowhere.
Iconic.
She changed the music industry. Yeah.
And wow.
All the people that tried to do that afterwards and it flopped. It was hilarious.
Because y'all not her. Like, y'all not... First of all, the music quality isn't even there. The capability to produce all those different videos and they all be something different and all be really good. You don't got the budget. You don't have the actual talent. You can't do it. You really don't even have the fan base. There's certain people, it don't matter what they put out, their fans are going to go run and get it. Like Nicki Minaj, she's like got the number one, like, I forgot what was the record, but she broke some record with Pre-Conde too. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
The Barbs are going to come out, period.
It's like what I was saying about dropping an album versus dropping singles. Like, you can do it if you got fans, but I don't want to call nobody out.
Well, Beyonce has dropped 7 albums. And these are just her albums, not like joint albums or soundtracks or nothing like that. So we got Dangerously in Love, B-Day, I Am, Sasha Fierce, 4, Beyonce, Lemonade, and then of course Renaissance.
Renaissance.
That's your shit. I've been literally nonstop listening to Beyonce because I'm so scared that Cherry's gonna like say a lyric that I don't know because it's songs that I don't regularly listen to.
I'm honestly not even in the zone for this right now, so I feel like I'm not gonna get any, and you are.
No, I want to like turn sideways like this so that you can't see my words.
I just want you to be in frame.
Okay, I'm in the frame. I want you to just be looking at my words.
I'm not. Anybody looking
Okay,
at your
hold on. Let
words?
me get the timer ready. Okay,
Think
the
somebody
timer's gonna be
cheat.
on 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds, and what am I doing? Sorry, y'all.
I'm not even in a Beyonce zone right now.
I feel like you'll get it fast. All right. You want to go first, or you want me to go first? As in, you want to guess first, or do you want me to guess first?
I'll guess first.
Okay.
Let's do it. Bring it to my hood.
Not your hood.
Yeah.
Why can't I find my words? Oh, here we go. Song association.
Find the words to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Dream.
Is it you can be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare? Either way, I don't want to wake up from you.
Good job. Okay.
Oh, yeah. My phone won't unlock. Okay. Home. Sorry, I could have started with an easier one.
Home. Shit. What was you thinking?
Kitty cat.
Oh, you know? Oh, yeah, no, I definitely would have guessed that because it's just not like popping up in my head. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Chick.
Chick. I don't know. Chick?
Yeah. She says in at least 2 songs.
I need a hint.
I'm trying to think because I was listening to songs when I picked these, so I was like, okay, this is in at least a couple of songs.
What album?
Hold on, let me just look real quick because I don't remember.
This kind of cheating. I lost.
Oh, Church Girl. Yeah, I mean you did lose.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. In Church Girl, she say.
I definitely. What? Chick?
She say something in Church Girl about chick, and
I know flip-flopping ass bitch.
anyways, okay. Your turn. I mean, sorry, y'all, I'm just relaxing.
Love.
Da, 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 da. Finally, you put my love on top, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Time.
Time. Come take my hand. I won't let you go. I don't know the words. Something, something. End of time.
Alright.
Something until the end of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we keeping track? I feel like I'm losing.
I mean, we both missed one.
Okay, cool.
Upgrade.
Partner, let me upgrade you. I hear you beat the block, but I'm the less to keep the streets on.
Yeah.
Alright. Woman.
Woman. I'm a worldwide woman. WWW.
I don't even know that song. I was thinking, I'm a grown woman. Or a woman like me.
Go on. Worldwide Woman, if you listen to the B-Day CD, the last song, if you keep letting it play, it's like an extra song on that same track.
Yeah, I never would have went with that.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
That was my jam. Me and my mom used to listen to it. Because, she's a worldwide woman.
Shout out to your mom.
Shout out. You looking at my words?
I'm not.
Okay. Waterfall.
Let me sit this ass on ya. I can't get to the waterfall.
Rockets and waterfalls.
I feel like I didn't. I kind of got it, but I didn't because I knew the song, but I couldn't.
It counts. That counts.
All right, you being lenient.
Repicking your words? Or?
No. Ring.
Ring? Which one? Let's go with ring the alarm. I've been doing this so long, but I'll be damned if I see another chick on your arm.
She gonna be rocking chinchilla codes. I let you go. All right.
That video had me in the chokehold.
It did.
It still might. 6.
I feel like it's countdown. But I don't know the words. Countdown. 6. I lost.
6-inch heels. She walks in the club like nobody's business. Goddamn. She love halfway cussing.
She be cussing though. All right. Freak.
Freak. The first thing that came to mind was Freak Nasty Motherfucker.
Is that Beyonce?
That's Meg the Stallion. Does Freakum count?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Put your freakum dress on. Put your freakum dress on. Every woman got one.
Girl.
Shut it down till the time comes. Pull out the big guns. And put your freakum dress on. Ladies, look at here. You been with your man for a long time? Every now and then you gotta go in the back of that closet and pull out that freakum dress. I got my freakum dress on. I got my freakum dress on.
What she say in Run the World? She say freak.
I
and
never
dance
actually
for you.
listened to that song.
She say that.
And dance for you?
A woman in the street and a freak and a you know what?
Daddy, you know what's up.
Okay, your time.
Okay. Cool.
Even though I'm cooler than you.
Literally what I was thinking. Yeah. That's all I need.
How many have we done? Is that 7?
No, I think we got one more.
Okay. Let's make it a good one.
Yeah, one more.
Work.
Get out of here, Rihanna. Work. So you gotta work it out. Damn. That's the only words I know. How you doing, honey, baby? That's all I got. Yeah.
All right. Is that it? Or you got one more too?
I got one more. Party.
We like to party.
Yeah.
Solange wrote that song, by the way.
Shout out. I can't wait to meet her.
So, facts. We're already friends, I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, truly.
So, I won.
Yeah, you obviously won. You always win, no matter how much I think I'm going to win.
It's cool. You're manifesting it. You know, it's going to happen.
I hear you.
One day.
I hear you. Okay. Well, I think the last thing we have is our new segment that we drop in.
New segment. Where'd you find this?
Girl. Well, usually we close out the show with I've Got Time, and we're still going to do that. I just felt like, especially going into the new year, every week we have a new intention, and not only is it a lot of pressure, it is unrealistic. Like, oh, I'm going to just get this one thing together by the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So our new segment is called The Assignment.
The assignment.
Right. So every week when we say I've got time, when we're making time for it, it's going to be based off of our own timeline. Okay. Mm-hmm. So did you pick an assignment?
I was thinking about it.
You want me to go first while you still think?
I think my assignment really is going to be to relax.
Okay.
And not just get rest. Like, girl, you need to relax. Because everything's worked out, so everything's going to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My assignment is a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have the worst time actually feeling, embracing, accepting my feelings, my emotions. And so that's my assignment, is that I really just want to let myself be present in how I feel. And also just show up being authentic. Like, I feel like when you really are feeling your feelings, then you're authentic to who you are. And I can be my best self that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, without further ado,
I've got time.